Welcome to Within She Rises, your new favorite channel for powerful stories of transformation, awakening, resilience, and the hidden forces that shape our lives. Tonight's story is about a girl who spent her entire life dreaming of somewhere else, a different future, a different city, a different version of herself. She believed happiness was always waiting beyond the horizon, just out of reach, until one extraordinary encounter revealed a truth she never expected. Sometimes, the life you're searching for is searching for you too. This is the girl who dreamed of another life. In a quiet town surrounded by endless fields, there lived a girl named Arya. She was 21 years old, yet even as a child, she always felt like she belonged somewhere else. Whenever she looked toward distant mountains, her heart ached. Whenever trains disappeared beyond the horizon, she wondered where they were going. Whenever strangers spoke about faraway places, something inside her awakened, as though another life was calling her name. As the years passed, the feeling only grew stronger. Arya spent hours studying maps, watching travel documentaries, collecting photographs of cities she had never visited. She filled journals with dreams, plans, ideas, possibilities. And every night before sleeping, she whispered the same promise to herself. One day she would leave. One day her real life would begin. One day she would finally become the person she was meant to be. But life has a strange way of delaying dreams. Years passed, then more years. Responsibilities appeared, bills, family obligations, unexpected setbacks. The future she imagined remained just beyond reach. And slowly, a dangerous thought began growing inside her. Maybe happiness existed somewhere else. Maybe everyone else's life was more meaningful. Maybe she was standing in the wrong story. One evening, unable to quiet the restlessness inside her, Arya left town and walked toward the old railway station. The station had been abandoned for decades. Most people avoided it, but something about it called to her. The sun disappeared. Twilight painted the sky in shades of violet and gold. The tracks stretched endlessly into the distance. And there, sitting alone upon a weathered wooden bench, was a woman dressed in deep emerald silk, waiting. As though she had always known Arya would arrive. Arya stopped. The woman looked up. Their eyes met. And instantly, something felt different. Not strange, not frightening, familiar, like opening a book she had somehow read before. The woman smiled softly, then asked, "Tell me." The evening wind moved gently through the station. "If you found the life you've been searching for, would you recognize it?" Arya frowned, because she had never considered that question before. Before Arya could answer, a distant whistle echoed through the twilight. She turned immediately, her eyes widened, because a train was approaching. That was impossible. The railway had been abandoned for decades. No trains came here. No schedules existed. No tracks beyond the valley remained operational. Yet there it was, emerging from golden mist, silent, ancient, beautiful. The train glowed softly beneath the evening sky. Its windows shimmered like liquid starlight. And somehow, it felt less like a machine, and more like a dream. The train came to a stop. Its doors opened without a sound. The Lady of Dreams stood. "Come." Arya hesitated. "Where does it go?" The woman smiled. "Everywhere." The answer somehow felt both impossible and true. The evening air became strangely still. Then the Lady of Dreams stepped aboard. And without fully understanding why, Arya followed. The moment her foot touched the train, the world outside disappeared. Inside the train was unlike anything Arya had ever seen. There were no passengers, only endless rows of elegant compartments. Each door carried a single word, artist, explorer, teacher, writer, musician, healer, traveler. Thousands of possibilities stretched farther than the eye could see. Arya's heart raced. What is this place? The Lady of Dreams looked down the endless corridor. Your possible lives. Silence filled the train. And suddenly, Arya could not breathe. The Lady of Dreams opened the first door. Immediately, Arya stepped into another life. She stood inside a beautiful apartment overlooking a foreign city. Everything she once dreamed of was there at adventure. Freedom, excitement. The skyline glittered beyond enormous windows. People knew her name. Opportunities surrounded her. For a moment it felt perfect. Then she looked closer and saw something unexpected. Loneliness. Another door opened, another future. This time, she became a world traveler. She crossed oceans, climbed mountains, explored ancient cities, collected extraordinary memories. The life looked breathtaking, yet beneath the beauty, there was restlessness, a constant search, a feeling that something was still missing. Again, another door, another future, another dream fulfilled, and another hidden struggle. Hours seemed to pass, or perhaps years. Arya visited dozens of lives. Some were beautiful, some were difficult, some were extraordinary, some were simple. But every single one carried both joy and sorrow, success and struggle, love and loss, hope and uncertainty. Eventually, she turned toward the Lady of Dreams, confused. Why are you showing me this? The emerald silk moved gently in the golden light, and the woman smiled. Because at last, Arya was ready to understand. The train continued moving through endless golden mist. Outside the windows, entire worlds drifted past. Mountains made of moonlight, cities suspended among clouds, oceans glowing beneath starlit skies. Yet Arya barely noticed, because her attention remained fixed upon the Lady of Dreams. Why are you showing me all of this? The woman looked toward the passing worlds. Then she answered softly, because you believe happiness lives somewhere else. The words landed gently, but their truth cut deep. For years, Arya had been waiting for another life to begin. Without realizing, her life had already begun long ago. The Lady of Dreams stood. Then slowly, she pointed toward a single door. Unlike the others, it carried no title, no profession, no destination, no description, just a simple mirror. Arya frowned. What is that one? For the first time, the Lady of Dreams seemed almost emotional. That she whispered, is the life you never considered. The train grew silent, the golden light softened, and something deep inside Arya stirred. With trembling hands, Arya opened the door. Light poured outward, warm, gentle, familiar. Then she stepped through, and immediately froze. Because she did not enter another future. She entered her own life. The same town, the same roads, the same home, the same people. Nothing appeared different, nothing appeared magical, nothing appeared extraordinary. At first. Then she looked closer, and everything changed. For the first time, Arya noticed things she had overlooked her entire life. The kindness of neighbors, the warmth of familiar faces, the beauty of sunrise across the fields. The laughter she usually rushed past, the small moments she considered insignificant. Everywhere she looked, there was life. Rich, meaningful, beautiful life. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. Tears filled her eyes. Because she realized something heartbreaking and beautiful. She had spent years searching for magic, while standing inside it. The Lady of Dreams appeared beside her once more. The emerald silk shimmered softly in the golden light. Arya turned toward her. But I still want to travel. The woman smiled. Then travel. But I still want adventure. Then seek adventure. But I still want more. The Lady of Dreams nodded gently. There is nothing wrong with wanting more. The wind moved through the fields. The danger comes when you believe happiness can only exist somewhere else. Silence settled between them, beautiful, understanding silence, and suddenly, Arya understood everything. The golden world around them began to fade. The fields dissolved into light. The sky softened into mist, and slowly the magical train returned, waiting quietly upon invisible tracks. The Lady of Dreams looked toward it, then toward Arya. There is something every dreamer eventually learns. The evening air grew still. The future is not a place where happiness lives. It is a place where happiness travels. Arya listened carefully. The woman smiled, and happiness can travel only with the person willing to carry it. The words settled gently inside her heart, like a truth she had always known, but forgotten. Arya looked down the endless train, dotted the thousands of doors, thousands of futures, thousands of possibilities. Then she smiled, because for the first time, she no longer felt trapped by choice. She no longer felt behind. She no longer believed her real life was waiting somewhere far away. Life was happening now, in this moment, in this breath, in this day. The future remained beautiful, but it no longer held her happiness hostage. The train slowed. The station appeared once more. Twilight still covered the sky, as though no time had passed at all. Arya stepped onto the platform, then immediately turned, because she wanted to thank the Lady of Dreams. But the woman was already gone. No footsteps, no farewell, no explanation. Only the soft whisper of evening wind moving through the empty station. And yet, Arya was not sad, because she finally understood. The Lady of Dreams never arrived to give people answers. She arrived to help them remember the answers already hidden within themselves. The following months brought many changes, not because Arya became someone new, because she finally became herself. She still traveled, she still explored, she still pursued ambitious dreams. But now, she carried gratitude with her, wherever she went. She learned that wonder was not reserved for distant places. It could be found in ordinary mornings, unexpected conversations, quiet sunsets, and moments that most people overlooked. Life became richer, not because the world changed, because she did. Years later, people often asked Arya the same question: "What changed your life?" She always smiled, then looked toward the horizon. Not with longing, but with affection. And she would answer, "I stopped waiting for life to begin." The wind moved softly across the fields. The stars slowly appeared overhead, and somewhere beyond sight, beyond memory, beyond dreams, a woman dressed in emerald silk watched quietly from the shadows. The Lady of Dreams. Still guiding wandering souls, still opening forgotten doors, still reminding dreamers that the life they seek may already be waiting within them. If this story touched something inside you, perhaps you have spent time waiting for the right opportunity, the right relationship, the right moment, the right version of yourself. But maybe life is not waiting somewhere ahead. Maybe it is already here, quietly asking to be noticed. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to like this video and subscribe to Within She Rises for more powerful stories of awakening, transformation, resilience, and the hidden mysteries of the human soul. And tell us in the comments, have you ever spent so much time chasing the future that you forgot to live in the present? Until next time, keep rising.